Good morning, everyone. Audio check. Does everything sound good? Microphone's a little close to the keyboard. Awesome, Matthew. Good. Welcome. Hi, Jared. Audio. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Benjamin. Now I know the delay when y'all start typing, so I have like a 40-second delay. Hey, Andre, Pup, Benjamin, Dragon Man, Tim Chin. I think I said hi to Jared, Sue, Eric. Hey, Robert Mack. Hey, who's going to tell Brett that Jason's not in today? Who's going to tell him? I'm not going to tell him. Can someone just like gently let him know? He may cry when he gets on the screen and sees that I'm back. Matthew, we're so glad you joined us. We started the pregame show about a month and a half ago, maybe 5-6 weeks ago. And I go live 5 days a week, go over the Fab Four futures, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers, technical setups, and I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I was on vacation this week in beautiful Mexico, and I am back. I got back at midnight last night and got just a few hours sleep, but I'm here. I'm prepared. Hey, Luzmar, missed you. And P-Court. P-Court, I think, was a pre-gamer and then became a TCGer. Good to see you. I got on a little bit early this morning because I missed y'all and wanted to chit-chat before I go live officially. We have a SPY potential 15-minute bull flag going on right now. It was wonderful, man-child. It was just glorious. Cabo weather was perfect. The service was amazing. The employees at the resort were just so happy to have people there. I felt it was even more hospitable than normal. It was just really amazing. Jason was great. He held down the fort along with Dragon Man. I was in Cabo San Lucas. I stayed on the Pacific side for the first time. The wind was great. I'll have to show y'all a picture. Maybe next week. Oh, very good to know. Thank you, Jacoby. Nice to know. So SPY with a potential 15-minute bull flag. NASDAQ did some really heavy lifting. We had a dump this week in crypto in the market, and we had a rally back hard, which can always happen when you wipe out the order books like that. Mustang. Yep. Nope. All right. So if you want to know what is on my screen, my chart setup, it's on my screen right now. The yellow and the purple line are the 50 and 200 simple moving average. The green and the red are the 8 and 21 exponential moving average. The yellow candles are just inside bars. I just paint them yellow so I can see them and they can jump out at me, and it shows me a tightening range. And the RSI that I use, CM Ultimate RSI multi-time frame. The red means it's overbought, green means it's oversold. But you can also use this tool for multiple time frames on one panel, which is kind of nice. And then I use the TTM squeeze, Thinkorswim default. I'm primarily an options trader, especially during the day and for day trading and also swing trading. So I like to use the squeeze. So I'm going to delete all this. Sue, no, what is that? Sell in May and go away. I'm not concerned about the volume. I haven't seen anything alarming. Now, mind you, I did not keep a steady eye on the market this week, but I will definitely evaluate volume as I go through the charts today. I don't see a lot of day trading names that are just screaming at me. Like the last couple Fridays, Peloton, Dash, they were just really great setups. And today I just don't see those real clear, high conviction setups for me, but that doesn't mean we won't come across one or that it couldn't happen later. The 8 and 21, Eric, is part of the Fibonacci math series. So they happen a lot in nature. Let's do some Fibonacci stuff right here. So the Fibonacci math series is 1, then 2. Then you add 1 and 2, and it's 3. 5, 8, 1, 13, 21, 34. So this is the Fibonacci. Yeah, it is Fab. The Fibonacci math series here. So a cool dude named Fibonacci came up with this, and I've heard he didn't, and it came up from someone else, but neither here nor there. It's named after him. You add the 1 and the 2, and you get 3. Add 2 and 3, and it's 5. Add 5 and 8, and it's 13. 8 and 13 is 21, and so on. 21 and 13 is 34. That should have been a 34. It is early in the morning. So it's the Fibonacci math series, and it happens a lot in nature. And for things to happen a lot in nature, that means humans are going to naturally react at those larger pivot points with the Fibonacci math series. And we're charting human emotions and psychology, so they happen a lot in nature, and more importantly, they happen a lot with algos. And algos, yep, Dan uses 12 and 26. So 12 and 26 was what Coinbase used when they first came out, and so he noticed that crypto really responded sensitively to 12 and 26, and maybe algos were programmed to that because Coinbase had it. So wherever price is going to react, and I am again an options trader, so I want a faster signal. So if you look here, the 8 and 21, that's going to cross. You see that cross there, which crossing up to the bullish side. It is going to cross faster than a 12 and 26. I need faster signals. However, it will give me more false signals. But I want that faster signal, act on it, and stop out if I'm wrong, if support breaks. So, yes, 34 after 21. I got the math right. Finally, Benjamin. So anyway, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys. We teach technical analysis. We have a thriving community where we have 3 live shows a day. In addition to this show for the public, we have 3 live shows for members only, where we go over the markets and we go over their individual chart request. So I have a format for this show, but I do try to save a couple minutes toward the end in case you do have requests, but because of the speed of this show, I can't take a lot, and I'm trying to cover the entire market. Yep, 12 and 26 is part of the MACD. Absolutely, and that helps. It helps as well. So resistance in the short term on ES 41.7325. And I just want to back up and show you, when we have moves that pull down this fast, you see how it pulled away from that EMA and we just dumped pretty hard, and then we cut right back up through it. It's kind of like a knife. So what happens is we cut through all of these order books. We just chop them all up. You have a buy order, we're going to wipe you out. You have a stop order, we're going to wipe you out. This stop loss, that stop loss, that stop loss. And then when we start to bounce, we cut back up through it because the order books are wiped out. So it's easy to come down into it, but when that happens and we wipe it out fast, then we can pop hard. Remember that. I was thinking last night flying home that what would be my technique in the future, because I was thinking about this as I was laying on the beach. This moved down really hard. So when we re-enter this price history over here in the future, it could go up very easily. And I want to be able to map those and be able to recognize those a lot easier. So that's what happened yesterday. 41.7950 is our key resistance. Let's log out to the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, we're just going straight up. So in order to make a true trend change, we need to get out of this 41.7950. However, I would say that we got enough down here. So now let's go look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ got enough. NASDAQ got that higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we need that higher low. So we're struggling up here a little bit. We're not overbought on the 4 hour, but I say struggling in that. Look at these upper wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 upper wicks here of profit taking as we're just pushing into this overhead supply, trying to work through it. So let's play the 15-minute game. So on the 15-minute game, we have RTY bouncing the hardest. We have a little 15-minute bull flag here. And then we have the Dow, which the Dow led us here. And then we have ES and then NASDAQ. So you could just see from proximity to the 50 MA, but they're really close. The only real standout here, let me just do that one more time. So that's RTY and that's ES. See how NASDAQ, we're so close to the 50 MA, and then look at RTY. We're pulling away from an end strength. So RTY looking great. What does RTY bouncing mean? RTY will help your smaller cap names. So if you like the Nokias, the AMC, even GameStop, even though it's a higher priced issue, it is a part of the IWM. It will help those names because, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats, and that it will help. So RTY will help your smaller cap names. So if you're a day trader and you like to trade FSR, you like to trade space, a lot of those names are in space. I'd have to verify, but a lot of those names are in the IWM sector. So RTY, oh wait, I got to go back to NASDAQ and give you the resistances. So the resistance is at 1354875. You have a little bit of a double top there. And then your next resistance is up at, I got to get this on the 4 hour. The next resistance is up at 13752. RTY. Sorry, let me go back. So on the 4 hour, we are looking for a lower high relative to 2245.10 here, 2245.10 on the daily. That makes it a little bit clearer. It's got that lower low, lower high, higher low. Now we're looking for a lower high. Odds favor a lower high relative to 2245.10. So now we have this daily 50 MA that's flat. No momentum, but it doesn't have momentum to the downside necessarily. But when we test that underside of that flattening 50 MA, we make it another rejection like we did last week. So your support, shorter term time frames, 2212 and 2207. Dow YM resistance 34198. This is a good looking chart. We got this little squeeze going on. So after 34198, 34227, and 34423, these names have been much stronger. We have a beautiful daily EQ, have been much stronger than NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, we got that higher high on the daily. So we have the QQQ bulls coming in hot from being the laggard play. So Dan has been covering this rotation beautifully in the room. And if I can even grade this rock star, I don't even know if I qualify to grade him. He has been on fire this week. This has been his best week of coverage I have ever seen. He's absolutely on fire. So he has talked about how QQQ has been a laggard. And so we had the laggards last year of finance, XLF, and the energy stocks. And we had those, and then we had rotation into jets, the airlines, rotation into energy, rotation into finance. And then the growth stocks got pushed behind like Roku, ARK, XLK, QQQ names. And now we see money rotating back into growth. So this rotation is evidenced by this daily NASDAQ trend change. So now aggressive bulls will be looking for the higher low. They'll be looking on the hourly. So we get some consolidation here and we pull back to the hourly EMA. This was a trickier one to enter long. I will tell you this is very tricky. So we're holding this hourly 8 EMA. If we reject here and come back to that 21 EMA, you're kind of entering blind. I would say 12432 prior resistance may be your symmetry area to kind of look for potential support. Dan is absolutely the GOAT. We are so fortunate to be able to learn from him. So right now we have NASDAQ with some an hourly inside bar range forming. It's not confirmed yet, but forming. Okay, so we did RTY, we did Dow. Okay, so going back to gold. Gold is my personal favorite right now. I've been banging the table on gold. It made for a great vacation week, and we are getting over this 1885.30 resistance. Your next resistance is up at 1891.30. Really making a bull move. We have an hourly squeeze on gold. It looks to be firing long, and we have elevated bull volume coming in, which also coincides with the market opening. So, but that is a shot across the bow of some nice bull volume coming in. So just watch that. You have support 1878 and 1875.50. Watch it. If you are trying to be a gold bear and short this, I'd be careful because this is a beautiful bull move. So we have oil rig count today, which doesn't typically impact price a ton. So we hit resistance up here at 63.26, 63.21. We are rejecting. We have plenty of room for hourly higher low. Looks like bulls are trying to turn the tide here with a potential 30-minute bull flag. You have support down at 62, 68, 61, 56. Bitcoin, what a dump this week. I hope y'all didn't get caught up in it. It was just a beautiful thing to watch Dan trade. I did not trade it much because my Wi-Fi was terrible, but it was really, really beautiful to watch. So we have a 4-hour EQ here with resistance up at 42.275, 42.605. You have support at 39.292 and 38.175. I promise you, if you go over into the TCG chat room, you TCG members, and you look, I bet Dan is saying we're rejecting from the 26 EMA or testing it on the 4-hour. And as you can see, we're testing it on the 21 EMA as well. It's only 5 additional candles that he has, so very sensitive. So when people start splitting hairs over 21 versus 26, I don't split hairs because there's not a big difference. 8 and 12, there's only 4 candle periods that are different. So anyway, we're testing that 21 EMA. We got to get over it. Look at this electric fence here. Zap the bulls. Poke your head on the other side of the fence. Bulls zap. The bears are just zapping the bulls at the 4-hour 21 EMA. They got to get over it. So Ethereum, same thing. Bulls are getting zapped at the 4-hour 21 EMA. This looks a little bit weaker than Bitcoin actually. We have inside range forming at the moment. Your support and resistance right now. Resistance 27.86, support 26.29. All right. Now Google. I actually entered Google swing positions this week. I was trading on larger time frames, which I tell y'all to do all the time, but especially if you're on vacation. This was my first vacation in many, many years where I didn't day trade every day. It was pretty cool. I relaxed. I missed it though. I don't feel like trading is work because it's amazing. Okay. So you have potential weekly bull flag. We're still within the range of last week. Resistance 23.31, support 21.93.62. I, for one, would love for us to stay inside this range. So close today within the range of last week, and then next week, then we can go higher because the tighter we get those explosions. It's just kind of like I wish y'all could see me. Actually, I'm glad y'all can't see me because I look tired. But it's like that trampoline move, and you just jump and bounce. And we want that tightness and then spring up. So we've got a little bit of bear volume those prior 2 weeks. But overall, Google looks good for a swing long setup. Dan covered it this morning in the room. It just looks beautiful. What if you don't have a position? You could wait for an hourly. Pull back to the 21 EMA would be a conservative area entry. OTLY, getting some volume this morning for a newer IPO. I mean, that oat milk is in, right? 21.30. is your support, and then 2061 you have resistance up at 21.95, 22.20. This thing is getting some volume this morning, and I would say this is only for the experienced traders. So this can chop you up real quickly. What's the spread like? Spread's not terrible. Yeah, it had like 500,000 volume like an hour ago, so lots of volume. 500,000 shares, that is, not dollar volume. So Roku, it had more dollar volume than that. You'd have to multiply 500,000 shares times $20 and you would get the dollar volume. Roku, I like. actually entered a swing on this one yesterday, and Dan covered it as well this morning. So we are trying to put in that monthly higher low on Roku, and I really like this lower wick of bulls buying the dip. Of course, May is not over, but if we could keep it like this long lower wick and bulls just steady buy that up, just a beautiful, beautiful move. Yesterday, I was looking at this. So on Wednesday, we had this tightening range and this squeeze that formed. When we have a 15-minute squeeze form into the end of the day, I like to watch it for that explosion, and we got that explosion yesterday. So great move on Roku. You have support 33572 and 33029. So Roku swing, it looks good for a swing. Ride I have on, not because I love it bullish. I had received messages on Ride. I don't know what's going on in the Reddit boards or whatever with Ride. So I just want to go over psychology of bag holding. If you bought back here and back here and back here and back here and back here, and your wife comes to you and says, "Hey, honey, we're taking the kids on vacation this summer to Disney World, right?" "Sure, honey, as soon as it bounces, I will sell and I'll get my money back or part of it back." These buyers up here, these are not the diamond hand type buyers of long-term investors. These are newer retail traders. They got snookered into buying it up here, and they are waiting for a bounce so they can recover part of their capital. So just remember that. I'm not saying it's not a beautiful, wonderful company, but just always look at the chart and say, what is going on up here? What is going on? Oh, all these people bought and the bears just thwarted them, just tore them up. So just remind yourself, what is the psychology? Because the chart, what are charts? They are not prices. Yes, they have a price and time axis, but we are charting human psychology. Yeah, thanks, Brian. I appreciate that, Birdman and Dragon. Okay, coin. I'll go over coin right now. So coin, what is the resistance? So right now, pre-market 23892, and I would call that a double top. When you have a $238 stock and you come within 12 cents of that, that is a double top. So be careful. And let's just round it off to 239, just to make it simple so you don't get caught up in any type of bear or bull trap. 23617 and 23575 are your key support. So definitely, we had a choppy chart. We had a little megaphone broadening formation, and now we're chopping within that broadening formation. So then that makes 22626 your key support from yesterday, 23880 your key resistance. So this, in my opinion, in 3 years from now, this will be the bag holding people, and it will continue to go down. Coinbase, they charge people a crazy amount of fees, insane. Competition will put Coinbase out of business to the point where they will reduce their fees. And as this continues to go down, their fees are going to go down in order to keep customers. So I think crypto is here to stay. I'm not saying crypto is going away, but with Coinbase, I'm saying I wouldn't be sure you're not a bag holder of coin is all I'm saying. Be sure you're not a bag holder. Oh, hey, JPEG. Well, welcome. Yep, I will go over it. I need to go faster, huh? Okay, Space had amazing move yesterday. But remember that Branson sold back here. So Branson was selling way back in here. And he's the main guy, Virgin Galactic. And he sold a lot. So this is a beautiful move. Lots of volatility. I like this wide range from yesterday. If we could get a higher low relative to 1870, that could be a long entry. If we were to come back and test yesterday's high, 2163. Oh, my computer's like, no. If we were to come back and test 2163 over here, that spike high at open, that would be a good short area in my opinion. So I would only be looking for a trade for this to go long at 1870 or short at 2163. Lots of volatility, lots of volume this morning. Tesla, beautiful move this morning. All right, well, I think my computer is telling me that I'm done for the day. So XLF, Michael, What I was just going to show you is that XLF is in an area. Here we go. So XLF is in an area to potentially short. So I wanted to just show you this exercise. If it'll let me flip back and forth, this is a pretty important exercise for me. This is what I do every day. So if I want to short XLF, I would love to short XLF near the high of day. I don't like the way XLF moves as far as options. So yesterday's high of day of 37.47, if we could get up there and then the market start consolidating, I would love to short XLF. So what names would I go look to short based on XLF? I could short XLF itself with FAZ, the bear 3 times ETF, or I could go to some of the bigger names within XLF. So I go to the Bank of America. Come on. So XLF is above this 50 MA on the 4-hour if it ever paints. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. So you can see here, XLF. So Bank of America is above the 50 MA. XLF is below it. So Bank of America is one of the stronger names in XLF. I'm not going to short it. GS is very similar to XLF. It is testing this 50 MA from the underside. So I use the EMAs to kind of gauge what's under and what's above. And I'm looking for, if I'm going to short XLF, I always know I can go to these 3 names and find which is the weaker performer of those 3 to potentially short. It's actually getting a giddy up this morning, so from when I put it on here. But so if you're looking to short XLF, always have a handful of a basket of names that you can go to and say, of these names, which ones are the weaker ones that I'm going to short. And right now, GS is moving right now, but still I may look to short GS of those 4. I'm gonna have to go to SPY because it's just going too slow. So that's why I had those names there to show you that I'm constantly looking at relative outperformers within a sector. And if I want to go long a sector, I'm looking for the relative outperformer to the upside, a bull. And if I'm looking to short a sector, I'm looking for the relative underperformer. So let's mark up some price supports here. 417.55. It's Friday, Friday. More people lose money on Fridays than any other day. In my opinion, it's a day to get gobsmacked. Is that, no, that's probably not the right word, but basically to get smacked down. So please be careful, especially if you're a newer trader. I would say Fridays are not the day to learn to trade. Support 416.15, 416.02, 415.36, resistance 417.03, and then that 417.55. After that, 417.94. So I am glad that we have this taken care of. And what I mean is this is when we pulled back hard, and then we came up hard through that price action yesterday. We came up hard through it. So now that's taken care of. I know we came up through it. So later on, if we were to pull back into this range, I'm not going to say we established a lot of support within that, or because we cut through the order book and then we went straight back up through it. So it's kind of taken care of and balanced out. Man, I need to work on my vocabulary. All I know how to say this week is muy frio cerveza. So anyway, great price action yesterday. Be careful. Aggressive bulls will be looking for hourly consolidation. All right. Yes, we are offering membership discounts, Myed. I will get you one. Dragon Man, do you have a code for today, or we will have to get one? Myed, if you can email us at the Chart Guys, let's see, on the Chart Guys website, maybe Dragon Man can support, it's support@thechartguys.com. Yep, I use the same settings for stocks and crypto. Yep, same settings. Let's see. We will get you a discount code. I can't find one right now, but you're welcome, Andre. Thank y'all for joining me today. Thank y'all for letting me warm up back on y'all, back from vacation and having to get my stuff together and figure out what's what in the market. All right. Y'all have a great day. Weed your garden. i.e. keep your pretty flowers in your garden, your stocks that are working, and then weed the ones that aren't working, the losers, get rid of them. Thank you, Dragon Man. Thank you, Virtual Crickets. That's very nice. All right, I am done for the day. And TCG members, I think it's Lamont starting in 5 minutes. I'm not sure. You're welcome, Mustang.